first thing we're going to want to do is wash our strawberries with cold water, it says. And then it says to drain. So I'm using the recipe from my ball canning book here for whole strawberries. It's important that you use a safe recipe. Okay, then it just says to remove the top pieces and plop into a saucepan, a big saucepan. So we're just basically going to cut the stems off and put them in our pan. So I have 8 pounds of strawberries roughly. I will measure them when I'm done. So I'm just going to continue cutting all 8 of these, and then I'll meet you back up here when we go ahead and add the sugar in. I have all my strawberries cut here, and I measured them. I have roughly 8 pounds, about 7 pounds and like 95 ounces. So all we're going to do is put them in our stock pot over here, and then it looks like I have 4 quarts is what I'm being told, because you're supposed to measure it out in quarts. So I have 8 pounds is about 4 quarts, I was told. I'm just going to get these suckers in here without damaging them. Easier said than done, eh? Okay. Then if we go back to our instructions here, it says measure for each quart of strawberries, measure a 1/2 cup to 3/4 cup of sugar. So I have 4 quarts. So I'm roughly, if I do a 1/2 cup, I'm roughly going to need 2 cups of sugar. So, and then it says, combine strawberries and sugar in a large saucepan, stirring to coat the strawberries with the sugar. Let stand in the refrigerator for 5 to 6 hours. So all we're going to do right now, so we're just going to take 2 cups of sugar. Here's 1 cup. We're just going to sprinkle it. And this is organic raw sugar cane. Or cane sugar, whatever the heck you call it. I'm going to sprinkle it on top. Okay. And then it says to coat. Stir to coat. So we're just going to gently stir this around to make sure they're all covered. I want to be very careful not to smush the berries here. Now this is my first time canning strawberries like this. But I think the kids will like it as a little dish for their lunch, like in their little lunch box. Okay, it looks like, oh, I lost a berry. Looks like they're fully coated. So now it says, let stand in the refrigerator for 5 to 6 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and refrigerate these. Put water in this pot here, my tea kettle, and I'm going to get that up to a boil for my lids and my rings, which I have in here. Okay, and then in here is my cup, my jars and funnel, and my debubbler. I'm just gonna get that up to a boil and boil that for 10 minutes as well as that, and then when we come back we will start canning these strawberries. Okay, so now you're gonna take your boiling hot water and just pour it over top. And just let these sit until you're ready for them. Probably not going to cover all of them, so maybe. I don't need all of them anyways. I just pulled the strawberries out of the fridge. They sat for 5 hours. Here they are. Now we're going to go ahead and move these to our stove. And it says in the book here, go ahead and zoom in. It says to cook strawberries on medium heat until the sugar is dissolved, stirring often to prevent sticking. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to put them on medium-high heat, and we're going to cook them so that the sugar can dissolve. We just want, see, like there's chunks of sugar all around. You just want it to dissolve into the strawberry, and then we're ready to can these suckers. So I will meet you back here when we have that done. Oh, and I have my water boiling here. It's perfect. And then back there, that's just for dinner. But yeah, I'll meet you back here when we have the strawberries all nice and dissolved up. Okay, so I just pulled my strawberries off the stove. They are thoroughly heated. Some of them have crushed, but I mean, that's okay. It's to be expected. And you can see there's a lot of broth down in there. That's the stuff you're gonna can it in. It's yumminess, okay? I pulled out one jar and my funnel and my bubbler. Okay, so we're just gonna take our jar, and this I also warmed in the boiler. Okay, we're just gonna take this and scoop in our strawberries with the broth. We wanna make sure that you're getting broth in there too, which is gonna be kind of difficult to get into the bottom without crushing anything. It says in the book that you want about a ½ inch of headspace. Let me get out another jar so we can get some of the berries in to get to the broth. What? So it says you want about a ½ inch headspace. ½ inch headspace for these suckers. Now it looks like I'm getting to the broth, which is good. Okay. So since I have this one full, I'll go ahead and do this one. You're just going to take your bubbler and you're going to bubble around it so that you can get the broth down in there around these strawberries. Okay, and then right in the middle. And then make sure that it's at ½ inch, which is the setting 2. So when you put it in, it should touch. When you stick it in, you should touch it a little. Okay. And then I'm going to take our dish towel, just wipe around the ring really good. Grab a lid and ring, and you want to inspect those before you put them on. I already did. And then back into the canner it goes. Alright, so I'm just going to continue filling these up, and I'll meet you back here when I have this all done. So I ended up with 3, 6, 7 pints, and I had some left over, but I just couldn't, I don't have enough of the broth to fit it in there, another one. So all you're going to do now is take your canner lid and put it on, and when it comes up to a boil on medium-high heat, you're going to can it for 10 minutes. After the 10 minutes, you're going to turn off the heat, remove the lid, and let it sit for 5. I will come back when we're at that. You can hear my timer's going off. We're going to turn that off, turn off our burner, and remove slowly. Okay, you can see they're boiling really good. So now we're going to put the timer on for 5 minutes and let these slowly come down from there. And it looks like I kind of had some spillage in here where some of the juice has gone over into the pan, but here they are. These can be used on pies, shortcakes, and smoothies, which is probably what we're going to use them for. Wouldn't it be beautiful? So what I'm going to do is let these sit for 12 to 24 hours, which afterwards, we're going to take the rings off because you do not leave those on when you store them. You're going to wash the entire jar with soap and water, and then you're going to use a Sharpie and write on the top what it is with the date, and then store it where you want. And that's really it. They look so pretty. You can see in the back there, right about there, you can see some of the red is spilled out of the jar. That's okay. That just means they're going to be sticky. Okay, so if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure to check the description box below for any information. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more great videos, and comment down below letting me know what canning you would like to see next. Until next time, guys. Bye.